Hello, my lovelies. I thought today we would talk about the number one question that I'm asked, particularly by those who are first new to the metaphysical path. And that is, what should I buy? I don't have a lot of money, but I'm definitely drawn and I just don't know where to start. Well, a lot of people start with jewelry. They find something, they're drawn to it, they, feel like it's going to help them along the way, so that's where they start. No judgment. But let's step away from that because I can't tell you what kind of jewelry is going to be something that's drawn to you or you're drawn to it, because we all have our own thing. But I'm going to show you around and show you what I would suggest. So first, let's maybe switch my face and let's come in here. I think the first thing I would start with, let's assume you have a $30 budget. You can have less and still get something great, but let's just start in here. I would say the first thing I would do is grab a book. There's lots of books that you could get under $10, under $15. Get something that's at the beginning of a path. There are great books that are further along in the path, but get something that starts at the beginning so that as you're reading something that's further along, you're not like, so what now? Don't be embarrassed to get something that's at the beginning of a path. It's going to help you. It's going to work with you. You're not going to feel like, I have no idea what they're talking about. It's okay. And also know, not just in our store, any of the metaphysical stores, you can always come in and ask a question. It's been very few stores I've ever walked in that they're like, how dare you ask a question? How rude. So let's say you walk in and you buy a book for $10. Very likely that you could buy one for under. That's just more money you have to spend on other things. So the next thing that I would do is, sorry if I'm going too dizzy, is I would walk in and I would go with, this is just me, mind you, there are lots of other choices that you could go with, is I would get chime candles. For me, remember, white candles can go for everything. People did not always have these choices of, look at all the amazing different kinds of candles that I could go with. But for me, I would go with a white chime candle and a black chime candle. That is a lie. For me, I would get a white chime candle, a black chime candle, and a purple. That's just me. But realistically, a black one and a white one is what I would suggest to most of my customers. That's where you start. I think that's a great place to just have your beginning. I also would suggest is a candle holder. Now, you may have something that already works great. You also can melt the bottom into something that is safe, fireproof. Don't burn down your house. If you do, not my fault. I already suggested don't burn down your house. Get candle holders. Then that way you can start out without the whole house burning down thing. So now the next thing I would suggest is I would go with a couple of stones, obsidian and quartz, clear quartz. Those would be the two that I would start with. Now, maybe you specifically know that you've got someplace that you need to work in. So you talk with us, you let us know this is where I need to start. Again, like I said, I already know this is me, so I'm probably going to go add in amethyst, but I would suggest to customers starting obsidian and quartz, clear quartz. Some other customers, they're going to ask me for rose quartz to start out. But what we're talking about is things that you can get under this $30 budget. Now, lastly, is I would go with a simple incense burner, and I would go with wildberry incense. You're not getting a single box of one type, and you're getting a good balance of incense. You can get several types. You can get what you like the best. And depending on how much you have left can determine how much you've spent on other things, can determine how much you can buy in your incense. So you've made good decisions and you've gotten lots of things. So there's my suggestion for someone new starting out and what to spend with 30 bucks. All right, give me your suggestions of what you thought or what you would spend if you were starting. All right, talk to you soon.